Well, hey, MoveEasy movers. Welcome to MoveEasy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Tuesday, July 23rd, 2024, or whatever day you're watching this video. Today, for props, we're going to need our trusty chair and maybe a block or whatever props that you choose in your practice. Some people like their regular props, some people don't. So, the focus today is going to be on a lot on hips, some on shoulders, and of course, core, which we always try to do. So let's get started. We're going to start in our usual manner with legs on a chair. Now, you can also have legs up a wall. That would do the same thing. Legs on a chair is just one way. There are always many ways to do yoga. So just a quick review. Your chair should be at the right height so your lower legs are parallel to the floor. Your hips are a few inches away from the base. Your shoulders are relaxed. You have something under your head. Excuse me, you want to breathe normally. We're putting our lower back in traction. Your arms are wherever they're most comfortable. And we will be here for 7 minutes. So try to relax into it and just be if you can. Excuse me. Okay, time's up. Stay where you are. Now, if you choose, you can press your tongue or roll your tongue at the roof of your mouth. We're going to slowly rotate our head from right to left about 6 times at your own pace, but move slowly. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're doing is vagus nerve reset. Excuse me, you're all familiar with this. Your head is stationary. The only thing moving are your eyes. So we're trying to activate our vagus nerve with our optic nerve. And we do this by starting on the right, looking to the right with just your eyes, waiting for a reaction, a sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. Excuse me, all I have to do is think about it and I yawn. Or it doesn't have to be one of those things. It can be just a feeling of release. And then once you've done that, your eyes come back to center and you look to the left without moving your head and wait for some reaction, sigh, swallow, gulp, yawn, or just a feeling of release. Now go ahead and do this 2 times on both sides at your own pace. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. You can leave your head on whatever support you've got, or you can put it on a sponge ball, a set of therapy balls, whatever works for you. What we're trying to do here is reverse text neck. If you're like me, I'm always looking down at my devices and my head is bent forward, and that's not really good for your neck. So what we're going to do is press the occipital ridge That bony part between your ears runs along your scalp line away from the rest of your body. Since we're lying down, we're pressing it towards the floor. If you do have a set of therapy balls, you want to put them right at that occipital ridge. So, excuse me, when I'm lying down, I get congested. So we're going to do this about 6 times. So we're going to press, hold, and then release. So press, hold, and release. Now, we're still working on our vagus nerve at this point. So you may get a reaction like you did before with the vagus nerve reset. So just be aware. For me, I will probably yawn. Press, hold, sorry, release, and press, hold, and release, and press, hold, and release. 2 more times. Press, hold, and release. And press, hold, and release. Okay, good job. All right. So for our breathing exercise today, oops, sorry, my glasses fog up. We're going to do belly breathing. Now, belly breathing is not really a controlled breathing like square breathing or extended exhale breathing. It's more of an awareness. And rib cage breathing, which Via likes to do, is where you have your hands on your rib cage. Belly breathing is a little different. Your hands are on the front of your belly. Your thumb is going to be on your lowest rib. So your spread fingers are over the rest of your belly. In my case, it's a wide area. So, so basically what we're doing is we're just going to inhale and you feel your belly expand, and then exhale and you feel your belly contract. So again, it's more of an awareness of what happens when you take a breath and exhale, when you inhale and exhale. So we'll do that just a few more times. So a long, slow inhale and a long, slow exhale. On your exhale, you want to feel your back relaxing against the floor, maybe flattening a little. And then inhale and exhale. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. Good job. Now, this is something I'm learning. You know, your lungs are actually within your ribs, and that's where the air goes. However, your ribs are stopping your lungs from expanding past your ribs. It's like they're in a cage, which is a good thing because they're protected. So the air will go into your abdominal area, your belly. That's why your belly expands. Even though there's no air there, it's got to go somewhere. So it's like it's just weird the way it is. It goes into the abdominal cavity, even though the air is actually in your lungs. It's all about anatomy. It's fascinating. So anyway, okay, enough about that. Let's move on to the next thing. We're going to do vacuum. You can stay where you are if you choose, or you can move away from your support or move your support away from yourself and take any shape that works for you. Now we're going to be working on our pelvic floor. I was extending my legs when I first started doing this, but I have found that bending my knees, feet flat, center pose works best for me. So whatever works best for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a normal inhale, exhale everything out of our lungs, keep the air out, tighten our pelvic floor by flattening our back to the floor, pushing your belly button down, holding it out for the count of 10, and then releasing it. So here we go. Normal inhale. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Hold it out. Create your vacuum. Tighten your pelvic floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Give yourself a minute to get your breath back. So you've been holding it. We'll do this 2 more times. Okay, normal inhale. Exhale everything out. Hold it out. Create your vacuum. Flatten your back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. So I find working on the pelvic floor, the days that I do it, because I don't do it every day and I probably should, it does make a difference. Okay, one last time. Take a normal inhale. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Hold your breath out. Create your vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Good job. Do some windshield wipers while we're here. They can be wide leg, they can be not, whatever works for you. Just to loosen up our hips just a little bit. So, not moving real fast. I'm telling myself that. I have to slow myself down. Just kind of waking up our lower body. Not coming down all the way, just till you feel it and then come the other way. Okay. Now we're going to do a figure 4. And I'm going to start on my right. You can start on whichever way you choose. Now, when you do a figure 4, you want to make sure you pull your knee as far back as possible before you put your foot up there. You don't want to be just twisting like this. That's bad for the knee. Knees are meant to go this way, not this way. So come on up. And what we're going to do is we're going to lean towards that bent knee side and come down. If you're leaning to the right, make sure your left shoulder is staying on the floor, and you don't need to come down all the way. And then come back up. This is a different way to warm up your hips. Come on down. And then come on back up. Now, if your right knee is bent, your left hip is going to come up. And that's kind of the idea. We're stretching the hips. So come on down again. And come on up. And one last time. Come on down. And come on up. And go ahead and put that foot down, and we'll do the other one. Pull the knee back and then put it on the opposite Put your foot on the opposite knee. And again, now I'm realizing I probably should have worn something more contrasty here, all black and gray today. We're going to lean towards the bent knee side. And you'll see my hip comes up a little bit. And I'm not going all the way to the floor, even though I could. And coming back up. This shoulder, this opposite shoulder is staying down. So just lean as far as you can comfortably. It may only be this far. It may only be this far. You don't have to come all the way down to the ground. Also in these, and that's my personal preference, in these positions, I don't like the support. I feel I have more freedom without it. And then come up. We're going to do it 2 more times. Come on down with the knee. This hip comes up. And then 1 more time. You might be feeling it in your hip, in your side. Just be aware of where it is. Okay, good job. Oh, okay. I have to check and see what I had next. Okay, this next one, we're actually going to work on our shoulders. So arms up, fingertips towards the ceiling, palms facing each other. We're going to do the scapula protraction and retraction. Now, if you want, and you don't have to, but if you want to work your lower while we're working our scapula, you can bring your legs up to tabletop. This will work your core and also your legs. Just an option if you want. So anyway, arms up. We're just going to do this a few times. So right now your shoulders are relaxed against the floor. Now bring your scapula up, fingertips like you're going to touch the ceiling, and then bring them back down. And then bring them up and bring them back down. And again, this would be extra credit, but you don't have to. Bring them up and bring them back down. And then up again and back down. And 1 more time. Up again and back down. Okay, good job. Let's go ahead and come on up to sitting. Any way that works for you. I like the rollover method. We're going to do our regular stretches that we do. So we're going to start with this side bend with that lat stretch. This is a 40-second stretch. Start on whichever side works for you. Hand along the mat. Other arm comes up and over. Try to keep yourself level. Like I pretend that I'm against a wall and my elbow, my upper elbow, and my shoulders are against that wall. So your elbow is pointing as high towards the ceiling as possible. Now that upper arm comes down, now that you've done that, till it's across your elbows, across from your face, and reach for that side wall. We're stretching our lats now. Stretch, stretch, stretch. And up with the arm, up with the torso. That lat stretch was a little short because I was talking and I wasn't watching my watch. So now we do the other side. And again, it's a 40-second movement. So a hand along the mat. Upper arm comes up and over. Try to keep that elbow high. The higher your elbow, the more you're going to feel the stretch in your side. And now bring this upper arm down till your elbow is across from your face and reach for that sidewall. Reach, reach, reach. Feel that stretch. Keep both sits bones on the mat. And stretch, stretch, stretch. Good. Arm up, torso up. Good job. Now we might want to switch our legs. In my case, my feet fall asleep if I don't do that. We're going to do the thoracic stretch now, this thoracic rotation. This is for your upper back. A lot of us, including myself, keep stress there. And this is a good way to release it. So this is from your like bra strap up. So left hand on right knee. Your right hand is behind you on your fingertips, spider fingers. We're going to hold this stretch for 40 seconds. So rotate your shoulders to the short end of your mat. Make sure your back is straight and your head is level, because this is where you're going to get the best benefit from this stretch. Now, while you're here, of course, you have your options. You can move your head right and left. Do not move it up and down. You can move your rib cage right and left. And do not do both of those at once, one at a time. I personally like the cervical rotation. There we go, 40 seconds. Come on around. We'll do the other side. So right hand on left knee, left hand's behind you. Rotate your shoulders, keeping your back straight. Just making sure my timer's going. And remember your options. Or if you don't want to do those options, just stay where you are and just be aware of where you're feeling this. You might be feeling it other places other than your upper back. You might not feel it in your upper back at all. But if you're doing the stretch with a straight back, trust me, you are stretching there. Keep your chin level. You can always just focus on something in the room. And I didn't set my timer. Okay, come on out of that. I thought I did. Okay. Now for our third in this movement, we're going to do what's called a bound ankle. So you want to bring your feet, the soles of your feet together. Now, if they're out like this, that's fine. It's wherever you are comfortable with. They don't have to be right up close. Some people can't do that. So if your feet are out like this, as long as the soles of the feet are together, that's the idea. Now, what you want to do is, if you can, hold your toes and stretch over them. If your feet are out to the point where you can't hold your toes, hold your ankles or your calves. And we're just going to do a forward fold and hold it for 40 seconds. So whatever is comfortable for you. You want to try to touch your nose to your feet, which is not going to happen, but just try to do it. Now, what I've learned is that if you take an inhale, you exhale, you might be able to stretch further on the exhale. Take another inhale and then exhale. Try to move a little bit further. And then exhale. And that's 40 seconds. That's it. Good job. Okay, we're going to be standing now. So find yourself a wall or some type of support. I need to do some adjusting here. Okay. So we're going to do a back bend at the wall. So we are standing with our back to the wall in good posture. So our feet are not like this, they are facing forward. Knees over ankles, hips over knees, shoulders over hips. We'll be coming up with both arms and putting our palms on the wall, keeping our elbows as close to our head as possible. If you have tight shoulders, they may be out, and that's okay. Just do your best. We're going to hold this position for 40 seconds. So this is another upper back stretch. So here we go. Fingertips on the wall, elbows as close to your head as possible. And if you'll notice, my chest is expanded, my hips are back when I do this. So the reason we hold these poses is so our body has time to relax into them and we get the most benefit. There we go. Good job. So we're not just doing this for aesthetic reasons, we're doing it to help our body adjust. So now we're going to do spine twist at the wall. So I need more room for this. So I start with my right side to the wall and right foot forward, left foot back, elbows at your waist, palms up, and then you rotate and put your palms on the wall. So again, a 40-second hold. So I try to make sure my palms are even. So my hips are facing that way, and my shoulders are as close to facing the wall as possible. And these rotations are actually very good for our back. This helps strengthens our back and our spine. And there we go. Okay, we're going to do the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. Left foot is the one closest to the wall. Elbows at your waist, palms up. Rotate and put your palms on the wall. Try to make them even. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But this one is a very good one for rotation. If when we're doing the thoracic back stretch, if you have trouble rotating, this is a good one to start with. So you've got support. And that's it. Good job. 40 seconds. Okay, now we're going to do arm circles. When we're standing or lying on our side is the best time to do them because that way we've got room. So I want you to be able to see the whole arm. So we're going to stand with our side to the wall and we're just going to do arm circles starting going forward, moving slowly, making as big a circle as possible. Now, the only thing you want to move is your arm. There's no torso movement here. It's just the arm all the way around. And in a minute, we're going to change direction. And that minute has come. Oops, hold on. Now go the other way. Again, moving slowly. And the arm is the only thing moving, not the torso, not the head. Mm, there we go. Now we're going to do the other side. And I agree with what Via said in the last class. If you can't do anything else, this is a great shoulder movement. I can feel a little hitch in my shoulder. Okay, other direction. Let me see, we went this way, so now we're going that way. I lost it for a minute. Okay. Now, if you find yourself moving, and I had to do this, try doing it in front of a mirror. So you know when you are moving other parts of your body and when you're not. Because it's easy to do. It's real easy to lean over and go this way and that's great, but we really just want to focus on the shoulder alone and just move that part of our body by itself. And that's it. 40 seconds goes by fast. Oh, while we're standing, I wanted to do something different. And we haven't done this before. So we don't need the wall for this one, but I do want you to see the whole body. Now we're going to, legs apart, we're going to stand in goddess pose, which is as if you are coming down for a squat, but you're not. So your feet are actually pointed out and your hips are coming down. And how far you come down is up to you. You don't have to come down really far, but just enough where you can feel it. Now, while we're down here, we're going to have cactus arms with fingers spread. And this pose alone works a lot. I mean, I'm sure you can feel it in your legs and your hips. Now, what we're going to do is do a shoulder rotation from this. So we're going to lean over to the right and try to touch our right elbow to our left knee, and then come back up, and then lean over and try to touch our left elbow to our right knee, and come back up. So we're only going to do this a couple times because it is kind of intense. So goddess pose, lean over to the left, come back up, lean over to the right, come back up one more time, over to the left, and over to the right. All right, good job. That is a very good core workout. You're working this, you're working your shoulders, you're working your legs, you're working everything. So that was my new move for the day. So we're going to go back to our mat. And we're going to be on our back. I'm going to move my plane. I really need a producer in here with me to do all these adjustments. Okay. So center pose, bent knees, feet flat. We're going to do bent knee leg lifts. These are very simple. You keep the bend in your knee and you lift your leg and put it back down. And then your left leg and put it back down. So we're going to be doing this for 40 seconds, slowly up and down, other leg, up and down, up and down, up and down. Believe it or not, we are working lower core here and legs, up and down, and up and down, up and down, and up and down. All right, good job. Now we're going to do knee drops. This is more hip than anything else. Legs are still knees bent, feet hip width apart. We're just going to drop our knee down. It's not going to come to the floor. You don't force it. Just let it drop to wherever it drops naturally. It may be way up here. It may be way down there. Doesn't matter. Everybody's different. Bring it back up. And then I'm going to angle. And then drop the other one. You may bring it back up, and you may notice one knee drops further than the other. We're asymmetrical. Right knee down. Would help if I timed it. And up. And left knee down. And up. Right knee down. And up. Left knee down. And up. Right knee. Up. Knee. Up. You may feel this in your hip flexor. You may feel it in your thigh. And one more on the left. There you go. All right. Good work. And the third in this triplet is, okay, bring both knees up and put your hands on them and pull them apart. So your feet are more together than your knees are. Now, if you want, you can, this is called happy child pose. If you want, you can go into full-on happy baby if you want, but I find that it's actually easier to do happy child. And what we're going to do is we're just going to rock back and forth. Bring your shoulders and your head into it. Feel that massage on your back. You're going from hip to hip. I mean, you know, I can do happy baby, but I like this better. I find it more relaxing for me. So anyway, I like this one. Believe it or not, this is also core exercise. Also your arms. I feel like I could rock myself to sleep here. Okay, I think that's enough. And okay. All right, so it looks like we have time for maybe one core exercise, one actual core exercise. So If you have a block, go ahead and grab it. The actual core exercise is doing this without a block. I prefer a block because it's easier. Put it under your hips. This is called a supported bridge. So I've got it right under the top part of my hips. So basically I'm in a bridge pose, but it's being supported by the block. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a bridge march. So we're just going to be lifting our legs like we did before with the bent knee leg lift. But this actually puts more work into the abdomen. We're just going to do this for 40 seconds, right and left, just slowly up and down and up and down. And even though we're being supported here, oh no, I can feel it right here, right in front here, which is where I need it. Up and down and up and down and up and down. And this is actually easier on your back because you've got the support. All right. That's it. Now, one more thing we're going to do while we're in this position. So we're going to lift both legs up to tabletop, hold them for a minute, and then bring them down slowly. And one more time on this. Lift both legs up to tabletop and bring them down slowly. You may feel this here, and that's a good thing. Okay. Oh, take the block away. Oh, that feels good. And that's it for today. Let's go ahead and get ready for Yoga Nidra. Put yourself in a comfortable position. You may want to put a cloth over your eyes or a blanket around your body. Make sure that you are either warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. I'm going to guide you to systematically move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your arms out. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch one side and then the other. Rotate your wrists and your ankles, first one way, then the other. Now take that right knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do. Straighten that leg out. Take your left knee and hold it to your chest. Thank you, knee, for everything you do. And straighten that leg out. Now bring both knees in and hold them to your chest and slowly rock back and forth. Kind of like we did before, only just a different position. Feels good on the back. I like doing that. And when you're ready, come to one side using your lower arm as support for your head. We're going to take our gratitude minute here. So give yourself a minute to rest. Congratulate yourself for showing up today and moving. It's always good. And just think about 3 things you're grateful for. It's always nice to start the day with a grateful heart. I'm grateful that I showed up today. I feel better. And I'm grateful for you guys for coming. Okay. If you want, you can stay where you are, or you can come up to a sitting position. I'm going to remove my spotlight. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands at your heart. You might want to press your hands together. Just feel a little bit of that shoulder work we did. We didn't do a whole lot, but we did it. I can feel it. And then loosen. I want to thank you for joining me today. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's end the class by saying namaste.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you.